Hello, welcome to Fiddling Basics. And today I'm going to do some basic exercises as usual in the beginning, and I'm going to do a little bit of exploration with the metronome. And then going to explore this book a little bit more, which is it's called a Violin book, Violin Book 1. It's written by renowned fiddle player Mark O'Connor. And it's a good introduction to fiddling, as well as just a good study for violinists, anyone who has one of these instruments, whatever you call it. So let's get started here. Do some warm-ups with the metronome and talk about some different ways that you can use it. Let's see, I wonder if I can, I'm not sure where I can set it up. I haven't thought about that. I can move my music stand right here. I'll just put it right there. So, this is going to be a beginner introduction, and also if you haven't used a metronome a lot, I'm going to show you some clever ways to do it too. So this is just going to keep the beat flat without a, some of the metronomes have that like they'll divide it once every 4 beats or whatever. It'll give you an extra chirp or a green light. But I'm just going to use it in a standard metronome setting. Okay. That's about 104. And I'm going to just pick a tempo to use for the open string warm-ups. And this is going to be 4 whole notes, 4 half notes, 4 quarter notes, and then 8 eighth notes on each string, starting at E. And the tempo I'm going to get from this, that's a little fast for what I want. I'm going to sink into this groove here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, switch. 2, 3. Now half notes that get 2 counts. Half notes get 2 counts. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now quarter notes. 1, count. 1, 1. Here we go. Now 8 eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, continuing on, we're going to do the A major scale, and I'm just going to slow it down a little bit, just give us a little bit more time to put our fingers down. Start with the A string, whole notes. 1, 2, ready, go. Lift them up one at a time. Now we're going to do half notes. 1, 2, 1, 2. Quarter notes. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, we get a little more in tune as we go. Eighth notes. See you later, alligator. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and now, how about just 4 eighth notes for each note? 1 and 2 and ready, go. And 2 eighth notes for every note. 1 and 2 and ready, go. Now just 1 eighth note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and ready, go. The other way I like to do it is 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Let's try it that way. Okay, so that was a lot of whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, and eighth notes, the traditional standard stuff. This metronome, I think, is running out of batteries, actually, finally noticing. Because last time I used it, it was kind of doing some weird stuff, and I think now the batteries are kind of fresh from having sat for a while, but I think I only can use it for so much. But I'll be talking about different ways to use a metronome. It's very important. You can, let's see, I think it'll work. So we could take that and we could also just, instead of 1 and 2 and making that the beat, we could put that on the 1 and the 3 of the measure. That would double time it. So then the whole note would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Then if we're counting that way, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. And then a half note would be counted like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. Yeah, there it is. It's glitching out. I'm going to change the battery for next time. But I'll transition because I'll be coming back and doing this every Thursday, so I'll do more things with the metronome next week. So far I haven't done anything with metronome, so now we've covered that a little bit. And I want to talk about this book here again, the Mark O'Connor method, that has its own set of boil and cabbage down variations, and then some original tunes that he wrote, and some arrangements of some classics. So, first one is the boil and cabbage down arrangement, that is Mississippi down up, okay? So I'll play through that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then, I believe that is the exact way he wrote it down. Let me check. I'm not misquoting. Yeah, da 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 da, with the ending being a rest. So the ending is rest. Then you start again with the down bow. Okay? So I'll do that again at a slower tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and at a faster tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to go for the phrasing of a good, a nice present, full, clear note. Nice even balance of the bow. Okay. Okay, and then the next one is just all even see you later alligators. All eighth notes, except for the ending. Rest, okay? Make sure you put that stop in there at the end. And we'll start over again on a down bow. Okay, sit up, be proper. And I'm gonna do it slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then the third variation of boil and count down is the traditional standard fiddle way of doing it. Run, rabbit, or I used to always say hop, rabbit. And other people I know would run rabbit, so then I started doing that. Or 1 tater, 2 tater, 3 tater, 4. Okay. And if you're more advanced, you can try adding the open E for a drone string. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's a little bit of a more moderate tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And a faster tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can add the kickoff to really signify how fast you want it by going, you know, do a 1 tater, 2 tater, 3 tater, 4 tater, then go into the tune. So I'll do a fast version with a kickoff. To take that one into outer space sometimes, just really fiddle it up. It's a classic beginner tune though. So learn it, practice these variations. These are good variations out of this book. It's a really good way to get started. And then he goes into his original song. Hopefully this is okay. So I'm not selling this book. I'm actually promoting it. I'm giving him free promotion, so hopefully he's okay with it. I'm giving free lessons to help promote the cause of fiddling in general. A lot of people get these books, sit on the shelf. We don't know what to do with them. It might come with a play-along, but the play-along kind of wears thin because the music is supposed to be alive, played at different tempos. So the music is alive, and you can get a good play-along that comes with the book. But good. See, having some connection issues. Hello for checking in. Some people are watching. Hi. And so I'm talking about the Mark O'Connor book, and I'm also these daily lessons I'm doing are free as a gift to the world, and also I do collect donations through the PayPal and Venmo, and I also use it to promote my online private lessons where I can do FaceTime interaction or whatever with my students, and this gives them a lot more supplemental material, which is really great. And I also have some products of my own that you can check out on my website. I've got a couple CDs of playing with Master of Old Time Music Kenny Hall, where we played mandolin and fiddle music and guitar music, sang and played a bunch of different cool songs. CDs are kind of a relic now because everything's free and you just type it in and it comes up. But actually that's not, I'll tell you right now, that music, you can't actually just type it in and it won't come up. I will actually upload it all. I'm going to upload it all for free so people can just type it in and access it. A lot of it you can get already through slipperyhill.com. That is an old time music website that collects different recordings of different old time musicians and catalogs it, uploads it for free for people as a way to study the music. Because of course, music being commercial, I'm gonna go off on a little tangent right now, but it's important. Music is sort of both something we do for fun and study, keeps the brain active. It's just an enjoyment. It's an enjoyable pastime and something that people value as far as education. We want kids to learn music and stuff. We want traditions to be carried on. The commercial side of it, when you're making CDs, making a product to try to sell it, well, that has changed a lot over the years. But it's always been, in my opinion, something that is sold to the public. Like if you're a musician, you're serious about learning music, then, a lot of information should be available to you for free because you're interested in learning it, not just putting on some tunes and enjoying it. And frankly, you can't teach it without it being accessible. So a lot of this old time music was kind of guarded. It's like you used to have to go out of your way more to get it. Now there's more stuff that's accessible. But not the Kenny Hall stuff, honestly. His music was captured to some extent, but his full repertoire, his greatness, actually, a lot could be done to preserve it. And I think there's probably a lot of footage out there that might appear someday, or recordings of him, because people used to always record him at all the jams that he was at. I have these CDs that I sell through my website, morgankochner.com. So check that out. I'll put a link in the comments later. And there you can support these free educational videos by supporting my products, and also supporting, other sources that are good. I'll point people in the right direction as far as like other sources I think that are valuable if you're trying to learn. So the Mark O'Connor book, back to that, Beautiful Skies is a tune that he wrote and put in his book as a beginner tune. So I'm going to play that. And it's counted in 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And it says smoothly. Play it smoothly. So I'm going to try to play it smoothly. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and... Okay, and then I'm just going to plow through and play a few more of his arrangements here. He's got one, they're standard tunes, but the way he plays them might have kind of a different little twist than you're used to. Oh, Susanna. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I'll play it my way now. And then does Buffalo Gals. Buffalo Gals. He says his way it starts on, there's a pickup on the E string, starts on an up bow, key of A. Okay, Buffalo Gals. Yeah, that's the Mark O'Connor Buffalo Gals in his book. Well, pretty much. And and then this is a good one. Amazing Grace. And this is as far as I'll go today in his book, and then I'll do some other things that are coming to mind. Amazing Grace in the key of A. His version, mind you, I'm going to read it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I started to do my own bowing at the end there, but try to keep it as he wrote it, his arrangement. And then there's a good harmony to it too. If you're a teacher or student, or if you have someone to play harmony with, that can read the lower part, he's got a really good one. And then let's see, you could try other things like playing a tune if you're a little more advanced. Okay, so I'm going to get into the final part final portion of this, which is about 15 minutes of what I tell my students that have been playing for a while, just skip to the end pretty much. And although the beginning part is good too, it always helps my playing to focus and do a proper warm-up. But Amazing Grace, let's see, you can try it up. I heard a kid play it at this fiddle contest on a YouTube clip that was super cool. That made me think about the up the neck version. I gotta work on that too. See. It just takes a little more practice. The next stuff, and then also his version is a little different than how I hear it in my head. I hear it like what was his? Well, I'm gonna drift out of that. I'm just trying to think of ways you can play songs. So more traditional way to play Amazing Grace also might be in the open position in the key of G. So how I'll play that in a few different keys. Oh, and then this is nice if you are going to do up the neck, you can really get a good drone. Do it in the open position. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of things I'm ironing out the kinks of different little crevices of ways to arrange that on the fiddle. So I was thinking of also this Mark O'Connor fiddle method it kind of ties into two avenues of thought that already exist. Like there's the Suzuki method, and they do a lot of those same rhythms, the Mississippi down, up, see you later, alligator, a series of rhythms, and methods that start with boil and cabbage down. Brian Wickland's American Fiddle Method book is another good one to get. And anyhow, a lot of those tunes, I like to also show the people the fancy versions I learned from Kenny Hall. So think about that a little bit. Buffalo Gals. I'm going to go back to Buffalo Gals and play it how I learned Buffalo Gals from him in the key of G with his variations. That's more simple. I'm going to start as simple. Pretty much try to keep it to the Kenny Hall way of playing that tune, except for when I went down to that low part. All those low drone. Yeah, he might have gone down an octave and played it down there, but he would not have done that. That many those like double strings I was doing. And not to say who's right or wrong, but unless you feel like it, unless you're in that mood, kind of have to have earned your right to. Kenny Hall, you know, he could get away with a lot of being kind of picky because he was so great. If you're really not a very good player and you're also kind of picky, that's not a good combination. But being a really good player and being very supportive of other people is great, and he definitely was too. So, what can I do for the end here? Some more fiddle classic standard tunes. I want to play some tunes that are common in the first books people get. Play a few more of those and then get out of here and enjoy the rest of the day. Here is Crawdad Song. Okay, and it has a little bit of that turkey in the straw. Thank you for tuning in. That felt really good. And I'll save it to my page and maybe upload it to YouTube maybe. And thanks for tuning in. I'll be doing it again next week, and the week after, and the week after. Stay safe, everybody. Keep fiddling. Bye.